What's up? Hello and welcome to day 6. Let's make sure this microphone's okay. Welcome to day 6 of the My Perfect Day Challenge. This challenge is also called the LOA Pregame, and if you are tuning in here for the first time or watching this video, jumping in right now on day 6, you may wonder what this is all about. And if you jump into the Law of Attraction and the secret Facebook group, we're a community of 120,000 plus people looking to learn about the Law of Attraction and implement it into their lives. Inside this Facebook group, there's a section called Units, and inside Units, we've laid out a series of videos that help you understand how to get the Law of Attraction to work in your life. There's also a unit in there called LOA Pregame. Excuse the noises of Guatemala. I decided to do this outside today, but for a change of scenery, but someone seems to be driving past selling something. So inside the Units tab as well, there's also a section called LOA Pregame, and we have been laying out day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. Today we're on day 6 of this LOA Pregame, and the purpose of this 7-day challenge is to create an intentional plan for your life using the My Perfect Day system. And so what happened is on day 1, we started in the morning. We spent a bit of time understanding what a perfect morning would look like for you. And every single day we've progressed with various elements of your day where you've taken the time to articulate what a perfect day would look like for you. And so that's cool, but what does that have to do with Law of Attraction? Why do we call this an LOA pregame? LOA stands for Law of Attraction. And I also have cats at my feet. This is the other thing about not being in my office, and so they move my tripod. So LOA stands for Law of Attraction, and pregame is basically a term that we use at Live More Perfect Days to take time to intentionally set something up. So we have something called a daily pregame. I'm just keeping an eye on my cat here. Zola, come say hello to everybody. This is Zola, the little troublemaker, and the cutest little cat. Her compadre Zen is there, but I'm not going to grab him. A pregame is a time for you to intentionally set up something that's important in your life. So what could that be? If you think a day in your life is important, take time to do a daily pregame. If you are taking time to head out on a date or go to a family function, or you have a work meeting with your boss, I would suggest taking time to do a pregame. And if you are wanting to live your life in an intentional way, the My Perfect Day system is like a pregame for your life. You're taking time to set up how you want your life to look. So why is it called an Law of Attraction pregame? It's because for many of us, we learn to manifest without having a clear plan for our life. And so what happens is we learn how to use the Law of Attraction to bring things into our life, and we realize that we're creating our reality in every single moment. And maybe we install the core scaffolding system that teaches you exactly how to bring things into your life. So you can manifest your ideal partner, you can manifest your ideal job, things start to show up. But what happens then is if you haven't got a clear plan and a direction that you want to go into with your life, you're starting to bring things into your world with ease sometimes, but they're not aligned to your life path. And so what happens then is the things that you start to attract and bring into your world and start to show up as an order delivered don't stick around, because it's like, this person's not exactly what I'm calling in, and I got the job as the lawyer, but actually I didn't really want to be a lawyer. And so the LOA pregame is, before you start your journey of understanding Law of Attraction and how to manifest, is you create an intentional plan for your life using this system called the My Perfect Day system. So what's going to happen once you've got this plan for your life? Well, if you do nothing else with this, you will be in the top 1% of people in the world that have taken the time to intentionally create a plan for their life. If you're one of the people that is watching this video and has children, and they are at some point going to need to make a decision about how they want to move into the world, and they're inevitably going to have to when they leave school, I would suggest giving them the opportunity to allowing them to dream and giving them the My Perfect Day system and saying, my beautiful child, before you go out into the world and make a decision about what you want to do, write down what a perfect day would look like for you. Not the perfect day, not the days that you're living now. What would be an ideal day for you, Gareth, the 18-year-old that's moving out into the world and has no clue what he wants to do with his life? Write down what you want a perfect day to look like, because when you give your child the opportunity to be able to design this for them, their lives, design a life that they choose, and tell them, make decisions in your life that get you closer towards getting towards a perfect day for you, they're going to move in a more authentic direction in their life. And so that would be a starting point. That would be something that I would suggest that you can give to your children as a gift. And a perfect day at 18 is not going to be the same as your perfect day in your 40s and your 50s and wherever you are in your world. This is a dynamic exercise that you review on a quarterly, annual basis, whatever feels good for you. Creating this plan is the purpose of what we're doing at the moment. So just wanted to give you some context as to why the My Perfect Day system is the most important part before you start learning to manifest, because I've been through this process. I learned to manifest first, and suddenly things showed up in my life and they didn't stick around because they weren't clearly aligned to a plan that was true for me. So I've spoken a lot about stories. I've spoken a lot about scripts. What we're doing today is we're combining all the elements of the My Perfect Day that you've been creating over the last 6 days. And you're going to bring them all together in one cohesive document that you can read like a script for a movie. I want to talk about James Bond quickly. James Bond is a long-standing themed movie that has an almost always up-to-date cast, story, somehow relevant, somehow exciting, somehow relevant for the time that it shows up. But it's been around for decades. And how do they do that? How do they keep having a James Bond coming out every couple of years and it keeps being a bestseller, box office winner every single time? The reason is that they keep adapting the script of the James Bond movies, as well as the leads and the actors that play James Bond, to be relevant to the times. For many of us, we're living out our own James Bond story with a script that was potentially handed to us when we were children and are trying to make that be relevant in our world at the moment. What you're doing now by creating the My Perfect Day system is you are writing the script for this phase of your life, for how you want your life to look now, how you want your James Bond movie to look. You don't want to be trying to sell the Goldfinger first James Bond that ever existed to an audience that's not going to be relevant now. Sean Connery was a beautiful James Bond in his time, but to cast him as James Bond now doesn't make sense. We need to get up to date with casting ourselves and making sure that we are as relevant as we can be in the story that we're choosing to create. And so that's the relevancy of what we're doing today in relation to James Bond, in staying current with your life and how you want to show up as the lead in your movie that you're creating. So I am going to quickly go through My Perfect Day. I'm going to quickly read it to you. I've read certain parts of it. If you are watching this either live or on the replay, send me some love. Let me know that you're watching this, and that let me know how the course has been for you. Let me know how the last 6 days have been. We've had some really beautiful feedback in our Telegram group. People are sharing some amazing testimonials in there. People are showing up for one another and supporting each other in this program. And it's been such a beautiful journey to go through this LOA pregame as the foundational piece of your lifestyle design journey. Because what happens from here is we move into the deeper understanding of law of attraction and using things like I spoke about earlier, this daily pregame. How do you take what you've spent the last week creating and really implement it as your life? So, I'm Gareth Pickering, and this is My Perfect Day. I live a full, active, and abundant life. I realize that I'm designing my life in every moment, and I have a plan of how I want my life to look. I'm aware of how I control my thoughts to be able to align with the law of attraction, to bring into existence exactly what my expanding soul desires. I travel the world, ticking off my bucket list and staying in some of the most beautiful places, giving keynotes and speaking to people while building my personal brand. I travel business class and I'm able to share my abundance with people close to me and others that need it. I live in a warm climate, somewhere that's close to the ocean or water. I wake up early feeling rested and energized, and I spend the first 60 minutes of my day going through my daily pregame. I meditate and I'm at peace with things in my life. I have the personal space to be able to do my pregame, including yoga, exercise, and meditate. I may wake up alone or perhaps next to someone that I really love and enjoy spending my time with. If with someone, I have the freedom and space to either complete my pregame with her or on my own. I feel full, loved, and accepted, whether I'm alone or whether I'm sharing my life with someone. I read through my daily affirmations and look positively at my visualizations. I know that doing this helps me stay on the right path and working and focusing on the things that I really want in my life. I spend some time writing morning pages and I journal before I head out to exercise. Exercise could be gym, yoga, CrossFit, surfing, or a run. I enjoy this exercise and I make it part of my day each day. Some days I might exercise early and come back and do my writing and planning my day. I spend the first part of my morning planning exactly what I want to get out of my day and then start to work on some of the projects that I'm busy with. I have my Mac, all of my devices connected to decent internet, and I work in flow for a few hours on projects that I love, that make money and that make a difference in the world. Doing this work makes me feel fulfilled. I have a network or team of people that assist in the projects that I'm involved in. They work on important areas such as content creation, marketing, and facilitation of courses. This team of magic makers love the work that they do and they're inspired by the projects that they're involved in. I have a dashboard and a simple checklist that I look at to measure and track the performance of my business and my investments. I spend the afternoon doing something outdoors in the town or city that I live in, maybe a walk or head out to explore, going to a market or learning something new. Afternoons are spent with friends or a person in my life, and we watch the sunset in nature, perhaps on the beach or from a viewpoint. The evenings are normally spent cooking dinner at home or eating in a local eatery with friends or local people. I spend my time getting to know locals and understand their culture and taking in all that there is to do in the area that I'm living in. My life is made up of continual improvement and I learn something new every day. I read a lot and spend time doing yoga. If I drink alcohol, it's in moderation with friends or over dinner. I read this last part the other day, and this is something that you may want to bring into your perfect day. I included it in mine because when I wrote this, it was before I had partnership in my life. And so I said, if I share my life with a woman, she matches the following. My ideal woman is someone that I can laugh with, someone I can learn from, someone that inspires me, is interested in exercise of some sort. Her and I share a deep sexual connection, is someone that I'm completely honest with and have no secrets, is someone that makes me a better person than who I am on my own, and I do the same for her. She has wanderlust and is flexible about travel and lifestyle. She has a passion for music, she has a positive and open mind, she has projects and business interests of her own, and we talk about these together. What I do for my ideal partner: I make her feel secure, I inspire her, I teach her, I make her a better version of herself, I keep her accountable, I love her, I let her be herself, I let her be free, and I give her space. So, however you decide to combine these elements of your perfect day, there isn't an exact way to do this. You can write it in a movie script style. You can write it in a flow that makes sense for you. You're creating a script for your personal movie and how you want your life to unfold. As soon as you start to realize that the world around you is only showing up in your world because of the way that you process your thoughts through lenses, and you realize that you have the ability to change those lenses by creating stories like this, the story of your life starts to become what you've written down. This is how the basis of manifestation works. And so when we talk about changing our story about money, what we're talking about is letting go of whatever it is that's got us to this point and celebrating that part and saying, from this point forward, I'm letting go of the old story of money and I'm now moving into a place of complete abundance where money flows to me easily, etc., etc., etc. This is the point of taking time to, first of all, define these stories, and then use the tools that we teach in our core scaffolding program. I'll tell you more about that tomorrow, so that you can become more and more aware of the stories you're telling yourself about the things that matter in your life. So those things might be money, they might be relationships, they might be the relationship you have with your mother-in-law, they might be the relationship you have with the world at the moment. And so what becomes important is the words that you use in this script to write down what your perfect day would look like will start to be the words that will resonate with you as you move into the world. So being intentional about this and writing down all the positive emotions of how you feel in your perfect day is part of the process of combining all of these things together. So that's day 6. You are going to take everything that you've been working on over the last couple of days, the social elements, where you want to live, what work you want to do, how you want partnership to look in your life if you don't already have it. You're going to write down everything that you want to come into your day exactly as I have done there. You're writing it in the present tense and in positive sentences. So some of the stuff that I wrote down there, when I wrote that down, those things weren't true in my life yet. I didn't yet live where I live now, next to water and the ocean, and that wasn't true for me when I wrote those things down. I knew that I wanted to have an online business and a team of people that supported me. I was the only person in my business. It was just me. I didn't even have a business yet. And I've subsequently grown to a team. I think we've got about 6 or 7 people working for us now, doing exactly what I'd written down there. They love the projects that they're involved in, and they create content, and they support us, and they love working for the cause that we are moving through at the Live More Perfect Days community and co-creating in this group with Melissa. And so this is the power of doing this exercise, and I would really encourage you to gift yourself half an hour or 45 minutes or an hour just to take the time to combine all these important elements of your life down onto a piece of paper, so that you'll have a script for your life that you'll be able to read in the same way that I just read you my perfect day right now. So that's it for day 6. You're going to combine all these elements of your perfect day together, and you're going to show up here tomorrow, and we are going to move on to something that we call the Perfect Day Power Up. This is a power up. It's a way to supercharge your perfect day. It's a way to be able to take all the work that you've done over this past week and really create a super powerful piece of scaffolding that will support your life to be able to move in authenticity to exactly the way that you want your life to look. So the invitation today: combine all the elements of your perfect day that you've been working on over the last 6 days into a document that reads clearly. If you've been doing it digitally, it's basically going to be a copy and paste, and then just link it together with words so that it reads like a script, easy to read. If you've been doing it on Notepad, you can photograph them and put them together, or rewrite it. I would encourage you to rewrite it, because there's something super powerful about taking pen to paper and actually writing what your perfect day looks like. And then obviously check in with your accountability partner. Hopefully you're going through this program. Hopefully you're going through this program with somebody else, and that you're keeping one another accountable. Kudos to all of you in the Telegram group that are supporting each other to go through this program together. Check in with them and let them know that you've done today's exercise, and check that they've done the same. And then find one image, find one thing for you that represents a perfect day, and share that onto your social media channels. Put it as a Instagram story or a Facebook story, and tag Live More Perfect Days, so that we can share the love and inspire other people to really resonate and feel the dream that you've been creating over the last 6 days, and encapsulating now in an image. And so I hope that you find value in today's exercise. Feels cool that it's landing on a weekend, because hopefully you've got a little bit of time off from whatever work constraints look like for you. And before you get stuck into a few beers over the weekend, take some time to just write this down and include all the components of what would make a day perfect for you. And the power of writing this down is, it's beyond what I can explain. The magic shows up so often that, I get goosebumps now just talking about it and thinking about it. But when I wrote down this perfect day, I told you the story at the beginning, my day looked nothing like this. And the fact that you've taken the time to write down what an ideal day would look like for you means that there's going to be some magic showing up in your life in the next weeks and months. It can happen in days, but it'll happen. And it happens because you believe that it's possible, and it happens because you've taken the time to write down the words of how you want to feel and what you want to call into your world. So thank you so much for being on this journey. It's been an honor to be with you. Thank you so much to Melissa for co-creating this beautiful community that we get to go live in every day. 124,000 people that are making a plan to use the law of attraction to bring the things they want into their lives. To my amazing team that's been supporting me every day this week, writing emails, editing videos, creating Facebook events and social media content, and connecting with people inside the group. Thank you so much for that. Matt for showing up despite having internet challenges in Mexico. He's had 2 days of no internet at all, and still helping get ready for the next phase of this. This is not going to be the end when we connect tomorrow. For those of you that are looking in the digital workbook, there's actually a day 8. This is a 7-day challenge with an extra day. We just love sharing value like that. I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. But enjoy day 6, combining all these elements together. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for day 7 of the My Perfect Day Challenge. Peace and love from Guatemala. Ciao.